It is 12 o'clock p.m. and I realize I haven't done any recaps as of my day trading today. I did have a trade, and this was with TGGI. I'm very happy that the E-Trade Pro charts work and it wasn't glitched like yesterday, and this thing is continuously uptrending. We did have this move right here at the end of the day, and like the thing I mentioned, I was watching it for a potential dip and rip setup today. And I also mentioned that I would have liked it if it didn't do this run up because I would have liked it if it was going to be maybe saved for the next day. But I guess in that sense, it made it more likely for it to do a sell off like it did right here, a dip and rip setup where, it downtrends and then it starts to catch itself. It breaks past VWAP and it uptrends. I was long this. I bought 15,000 shares at 16.5 at 933. So that was right here at 933. I got in it right here at 16.5. It was a bit crazy. Like it did have some prints as high as the 18s, and then it downtrended. Let me get rid of extended hours so it can be a little easier to look at. And again, I was in right here at 16.5, right here at 933. So this candle actually right here. And yeah, the idea was is that it was going to continue to uptrend, break VWAP, and then uptrend some more. I wasn't necessarily sure if it was going to try to break the day high because of how wide this was, how big this uptrend was. And I think I did overall okay. I think I could have done a little better. I did sell a large position, 10,000 shares at 16.9, and that was at 938 when it was starting to work. I sold some at 16.9 right here at 938. The only thing I could have done better, and it looks like it kind of deleted itself. I'm not extremely sure how I had it anymore, but I could have probably have held on to this one a little better. You can see a trend line right here from the wick to the corner of the first candle that's really uptrending. And I did sell the rest of my shares at 940. This was a bit higher at 17.4. So that was right here at 940, 17.4. I think I could have done better in that. I could have tried to have held on to it and then sold once it broke past the trend line like it did right here. And even though in this case it would have been a sell around the same point, it did get as high as 18, so I would have allowed myself to maybe have been a lot more profitable if I stuck to the trend line. I don't mind my first sell. Maybe I would have been happier if I sold just 5,000 shares instead of 10,000 shares. I don't generally have my first sell a lot larger, or at least more than half of my position. But I'm very happy that I was still a part of this. I was also looking at ABQQ, but I chose TGGI for a setup instead. And this one was also in theory a dip and rip. I mean, it had the first green day, and then we had the sell off. But I didn't like how it was just a little too much. But in theory, it did turn around. This would have been hard to trade though. It went from the 60 level to 6.9, and then it downtrended. It made actually a lower low off of this level here, and then it kind of just dried up. It didn't really have any more volume. This one is one I've traded a long time ago. I'll continue to watch this if it can do something more. This one was lame. GEGI had a gap up after it just sold off the other day so horribly, offering pretty much nothing, at least in terms of a bounce setup. Same thing that GGII did not too long ago, where it just sold off like crazy and then it just had a gap up. I'm not extremely sure which day it was. It was this one way back here. It just sold off and then the next day it had a gap up, which is fine. If that's something I continue to see, I'll be ready for stuff like that. That's pretty much it for right now. I do also want to note that, gosh, I don't know which one it would be. Maybe this one. This was crazy. This doesn't show up anymore, but I want you to look at this. You see the overall markets, the S&P, right here, the spider. Look how it was trading around this 394 level, right? The 394 level right here. And then I just saw this print on the screen with 418,000 shares, and it got executed at 390, which was right around here where the wick is. And I just thought that was crazy. I haven't really seen something like that in a really long time. Let me just see how much money that was. That was a large position. That was $163 million just sold instantly like that. That was very crazy to look at. And if you look at the overall markets right now, if you go back, it doesn't show that wick anymore. So it's almost like, a secret conspiracy thing of people with a lot of size selling or something. Very crazy. I don't know if this was a glitch or not. I just wanted to note it. I thought that was really interesting, especially because it's not something that shows up anymore. That's pretty much it. I don't think I'm going to have anything else I'm going to be interested in trading. We are at the point where maybe if a stock is down a lot on the day, not this one because it was only up one day, but in theory, if there's a OTC that's down a lot, it could try to reverse. But I've kind of lost interest in that setup because it hasn't been really working that well. I will make an update later if I trade something, if not at the market close. Okay, it is 11:08 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. Overall, I'm going to be up on the day $9.24. That was just one trade with TGGI, and it did work out. I just probably could have saw this one a little better right here, and it will be something I'll continuously be watching. Maybe it might, who knows, it might try to downtrend the next few days and try to regain itself and then eventually uptrend some more. It could trade a million different ways, but I'll be watching it. GZIC will be something that I'll watch. I don't like how it doesn't have that much volume, but maybe if it can continue to run for more than just one day, that will be nice. Same with GMER. This one didn't really uptrend that much the next day. The volume isn't really there. I'll probably remove this one. GEGI, I didn't want to trade this one after yesterday, even though it did actually try to offer a bounce. It's almost like everything I do with that stock is backwards. I just don't really want to mess with that one just because of the way it trades so ugly. But this looks a lot better. It just maybe doesn't have the best amount of volume, but this is way better than the mess it was doing on the way up and on the way down yesterday. And nothing really interesting with ABQQ. That's pretty much it for today. Just one trade right there with TGGI. Not too bad. A few things I could have done better. But yeah, it was nice to have one setup that worked out today.